Hi, I'm Susan Pacetti here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm pretty excited because I'm sitting here with Mike Craig, who's a pioneer in the industry. Not only is he a pioneer in the industry, but he's actually the person that, introduced me to Visalus, so he's definitely a rock star. He's my mentor. Definitely love the fact that, you're right here in Jacksonville. That's where the leadership is. And, I know, when I actually was introduced to Visalus, obviously, by you and Levon, me and my former husband, Kyle Pacetti, I thought it was, interesting how you and Nick Sonicola had actually, y'all had been on the corporate side of the company.
Right.
And y'all had just, resigned in January. Obviously, we got involved in February, right after y'all's launch. So talk a little bit about, what the transition from the corporate side to y'all going out in the field, because I thought, that's why I call you, the pioneer. Definitely you're one of the pioneers. Definitely, the launching pad here in Jacksonville is where we all launched, initially. And so just talk a little bit, because, we just utilized you. You were the go-to guy, because
Sure.
we didn't hardly know anything. We were just, excited.
Well, we were excited. We're probably more excited that you guys got excited, because on the corporate side, we knew that the concept of this challenge could be something special and something really, really big that a lot of people could capitalize on, and we could help people get results. And we just knew from a business perspective it was going to be big. But back then, Nick and myself and Levon knew that it was going to be big, but no one else knew that it was going to be big. So it was hard at the beginning to help everyone understand what our vision was and where we were going to go with it. But we knew emphatically and believed in it so much that when we walked away from the good paying corporate job and doing those things, that we were doing the right thing. And all we really needed at that point forward is to go prove that what we believed to be true was true. Mm-hmm. And that takes a lot of faith and vision and understanding, but it also takes good people that believe in you and believe in the mission and where we're going with that, which is one of the reasons why we're so thankful that you guys decided to really kind of sit down and give us that opportunity to explain what our vision was and where we were going with it. And you were one of the first, very, 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 very first ones that said, I get it, I want to go. Although it wasn't always a riff the first time, it wasn't you always got it, but it wasn't a matter of I'm going, so.
Yeah, it was. I mean, thank God we had you to lean on, and, we just leaned on your vision. We, the leap of faith. I mean, it was, the speed of trust. And, thank God we did, because, the amazing stories, like Holly and Tim and Dale and Linda and Kevin and Stephanie Merriweather and all of us, right here in Jacksonville, Florida, just, grabbing a hold of the vision of you and, Nick and the co-founders, and, just running with this thing. And even though, we didn't know everything, but we were just, kept the faith and, grabbed a hold of y'all's vision and, just got excited. Like you said, we were just excited. And we, I tell people all the time, you can, earn while you learn. I mean, you don't have to know everything, just to get started. A lot of this you just kind of learn by doing, and just, making that leap of faith.
Well, and we did. We were learning all together to some degree, and we always knew, we saw the big picture of where we wanted to go, but we didn't always know, hey, this is how it's going to happen. But we believe that with the right people in place, we will figure that out. So a group of smart people will figure those things out, and I'm very, very thankful that had come to pass, and that you were one of those smart people that helped us figure it out. So that certainly helped. So we're eternally grateful, that's for sure. But and now looking back, 3.5 years later, almost 3.5 years later, looking back at our humble beginnings and where we started, and when we do think about all those unbelievable individuals that caught on to that vision and helped us make this a reality, like you said, the Kirklands and Croys and Allemans and Merriweathers and gosh, there's so many. There's so many unbelievable folks out there that really just caught the vision and helped us accomplish this. But that being said, we're not to the point where we feel hey, we made it, because I think what we set out to do what we set out to do. We've accomplished what we set out to do, which was let's make sure, let's prove that what we said we were going to do is true and it works. Make sure that we have a proven system, a roadmap for other people to follow, and that last 3.5 years for us was now we know, I won't say legit, but we have, our business is legit. I mean, our business from a perspective of helping customers change their lives, to having a business that helps people capitalize on becoming an entrepreneur, and not just that, but becoming, and having the data to back up everything from the business world, seeing us go from $12 million a year to $624 million a year in 3 years, and doing a cumulative $1 billion in sales in 3 years, and that's just a testament to knowing that the challenge works. People get results when they take a challenge, and because of that, because of people flooding the floodgates and trying to jump on a challenge, became such a huge opportunity for so many of us as opportunists and entrepreneurs to take this and be a part of something that's much bigger than ourselves. So now the next 3.5, 5 years, 10 years is going to be the real fun, because we haven't even started anything yet. We just scratched the surface.
I know. I mean, we were just talking about how this is just so fertile, fertile ground, because now people have heard the success stories, and they know this is real. This is legit. I mean, as we hear oftentimes documentation beats conversation all day long, and we have that for sure. And then the other thing I'm so excited about, that's so relevant is, now with the co-founders in the company just launching, for the first time ever, this Lifetime Challenge bonus.
Sure.
And, so I kind of wanted, you to share a little bit more of the details around that, because, I understand the relevance of it. I know how huge it is, and how many people can really leverage that.
Sure.
And that's why I kind of wanted to talk about the beginning when we all first launched in Visalus, but now why they have a huge opportunity now, if they could just figure out how to leverage this.
Well, I think it's two. There's this whole concept of the challenge, the lifetime challenge bonuses. There's really two ways to look at it. They're for brand new people that are looking at the business right now that can take advantage of it, that just see it right now and decide they want to enroll as a promoter today. They can capitalize on it by doing a couple simple things. Going Rising Star, and which anybody can do, and then helping them go to regional director. Between now and November, mid-November, is a huge opportunity. That I always look at it as not just a huge opportunity for right now or next month or even next year. I look at this as an opportunity for what we do between now and mid-November to set us up for the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Right.
Which is the exponential growth that we never had 3.5 years ago. We just didn't have that opportunity.
I know.
And when the founders first launched that, the first thing that went to my mind, as I'm sure as it did yours, was that, oh my gosh, if this would have been in place, and this Lifetime Challenge bonus would have been in place when we first started, man. Because we didn't know, at the very beginning, what kind of impact that would have. And so when we're talking to somebody brand new, they don't get this size of the girth and how big this thing could really be for them financially. And we would not have known that either 3.5 years ago. But now, knowing what it looks like, what our business looks like now, and it took 3.5 years to get there, but that time has come and gone. But if we went back and looked at, wow, if that would have been in place from the get-go, what type of difference would it make in our income today? Without saying numbers, it's scary. I mean, in a really, really good way.
Yes.
But that at the same time makes you go back and say, oh my God, if I would have had that. Because, hey, let's face it, 3.5 years ago, we did the majority of our enrolling, when we started to build our teams in the first 60 days or so, 60, 90 days. So, part of me says, oh my gosh, if we could just get that, back on the people that we enrolled a long time ago, think where we could be today, and that's where the other part comes into play. And we just found out this last week that they found a way to make that work, and that just blew my mind.
I know. I mean, that is a game changer. I mean, the co-founders and the company has over and over again, over the last 3.5 years have, totally always, amazed me with it, something new. And, like our comp plan isn't already amazing,
I know it.
and now they just launched that, the second part. of the challenge, the lifetime challenge bonus. And that is significant because for people that really do want to relaunch, maybe are a little bit, just need a reason, complacent, kind of have already achieved and happy, but now that, potential to be able to double their income, even, this is huge. Like you said, I mean, when you can go back and, start calculating, I don't know about you, but when I was on the call and Nick shared that with us for the very first time, I couldn't sleep.
So you were calculating.
I was calculating. But, I just really, drive home what the significance of that is, for people that are, want to definitely position themselves so that they can take advantage of that.
Well, I think that everybody... in one time, so now we're talking about, like we were, whether you've been in the business for 3.5 years like us, or whether you've been in business for 2 years or a year or even 6 months, and you've enrolled, people, and you may have thought, oh my gosh, like we said, I wish I could have gotten that lifetime challenge bonus on those folks, knowing that you can now, and go back and have that discussion with those folks for their own good. And the interesting thing is those folks, whether it was 3 years, 2 years, a year ago, they didn't get involved because they didn't want to become successful. They just didn't. So they would have never gotten involved in the first place. So, but I believe that timing is everything, and people have different times in their life to things going to happen. Their timings are just right for them, and but 2.5 years ago for somebody, timing may have, even though they wanted to become successful, things happen in their life and things just got in the way, and maybe taking this path of Visalus back in 2.5 years ago just wasn't going to fit in, it just wasn't going to work, and but they never got involved because they didn't want to become successful. So, and I'd like to believe that those same people still want to be successful. But if they knew what was going on with the company now, and they knew where we were going, and they knew about this lifetime challenge bonus, I have a feeling that they would be very, very interested in having that discussion and want to really find out what this is all about. Because thinking about what the potential could be is, like I said, will keep you up at night. And thinking, my gosh, and so I think the most important thing is going back to those folks and saying, listen, I think we need to sit down and have this discussion because there's some things you need to hear about, because it has a lot to do with success and timing and those types of things. So that being said, I know if we have the opportunity to do that, and we get some of these folks that are excited about it. One, we've got new people to work with. Right. That, because a lot of people, let's face it, we're sitting out there going, well, I don't know who to talk to. Everyone, their feeling is, all my friends are already in, or they've already heard about it, or, God, this is timing. 90% of the people that you say, oh, I've heard about it, or I've already tried this or done that, go back to them now and see what happens. Right. Because they're like new now. Those 90% of those folks are brand new. Even the folks that came in, maybe just fell off for a while, they're brand new. Timing may be perfect for them, and that this lifetime challenge bonus could be the little trigger that gets them to go get off the couch and say, you know what, you're right. 2 years ago was not right timing for me. Now it just happens to be the perfect time. It's happened to us over and over and over again with people that we talked to years ago that are totally engaged now out of the blue. So we know that this exists. We just got to go out there and reach out. Now the good thing is going back and capitalizing on that for personal reasons. It puts us in an interesting position to help those people more so than maybe even the behavior that you had prior to and the willingness to go help them before. Not that you didn't want to help, because you did. But I know there's a lot of folks out there that that sometimes feel within the organization that maybe their upline doesn't want to work with them, or doesn't need to work with them. Maybe it's probably the better one. Doesn't want to, because they don't need to work with me because I fall in this big group where they don't need the volume, where they don't need this or don't need that. It changes the whole game now, because to some degree, compensation is always going to drive behavior when it comes to businesses like this. And so when you've got somebody that you've personally enrolled and all you have to do is help them accomplish that next high rank, above regional director, to now earn a lifetime challenge bonus on them forever, could just be that catalyst to get you to reach down to some of those people and say, I want to work with you, I want to work with you directly, I want to give you my attention, I want to do whatever I got to do to help you move your business upwards, and I want to help you get to that next rank for you, but I also want to do it for me.
Right.
It makes sense. This is a great relationship. And more importantly, I don't want you just to get to the next high rank and then say, hey, have a nice day.
Yeah.
I want you to help get to the next high rank so I can continue to move your business up. Because as your team commission check grows, and eventually that person goes from RD to ND into ambassador, and they pick up the leadership depth bonus, all that stuff counts towards the leadership. The challenge lifetime challenge bonus.
Mm-hmm.
So the higher I can make you
Mm-hmm.
up in the pay plan, and the more money I can help you make, the more customers that come on board that feed into that lifetime challenge bonus, the more you're going to make, and the more I'm going to make. I mean, it's crazy how you can now relink with people that you maybe couldn't before, and it makes them relevant again to you. Where maybe before they felt irrelevant, and maybe there's no reason for you to come down and pick them up and work with them directly and do whatever it takes, and now you have that opportunity to do that with them, and that gives them a reason to want to re-engage because they know they can now wrap arms with somebody. Let's go and get this thing done. So I think this is going to be huge.
And just like you said, I mean, it is a win-win, across the board. And, so many times people think, oh, well, 5-star ambassador, crown ambassadors, just too busy. Like you said, they're kind of focusing their time somewhere else. But, this really, like you said, just to reiterate, I mean, this is going to be huge for them to be able to use us to build their business, get to the next level. It's important for us. And it's important for them, it's just, it's going to create a stronger bond, and then, that's one of the things too. It's going to help us, just be the adhesive too, just to bring the teams together, especially, for the people that want to, the people that want to grow.
Sure. And you're always going to find people that are, regardless of how crazy and unbelievable the bonus is going to be, you're going to get some people that say I'm in and some people that don't.
Yeah.
So with the ones that say, yep, I'm ready to go again, let's go. The ones that say, well, hold on, it's timing. And maybe they're at a bad time right now. So just got to understand that it's not personal. It's just timing for them.
Yeah, I definitely want to encourage people that, hey, if it's the right time for you now, definitely reach up, definitely reach out. Let us know. We do want to lock arms with you.
Well, I want people to focus on, I really want everybody that's watching this, especially those that have been in the business for a while, that really want to re-engage folks. The best way you guys can do this, the absolute best way you guys can do this is engage yourself. Get out there, if you got dust it off, and get back into the game, because what's going to motivate people in your group is you having a waiting room. And I think that's one of the things that we that really put together that as ambassadors over the past 60 days, and this whole concept of the repeat it's mind-boggling what it's done for the organizations. But it was nothing different than we did when we first started. It was the exact same thing.
Exactly.
Repeat it and just did it again, and now everyone's all jacked up and excited. But the best way to help somebody earn that lifetime challenge bonus and help yourself earn a larger lifetime challenge bonus is for you to put a waiting room together, so you can now go back into those groups that you personally enrolled folks and use your waiting room as leverage to help them grow to new ranks that'll qualify you to get a lifetime challenge bonus. So everything feeds one another, but so it's not okay, should I focus on new people for my new lifetime challenge bonus, or should I just go out there and help my old folks re-engage so I can get a lifetime challenge bonus on them? It's not an either or. It's I'm going to go get as many new people as I possibly can, fill my waiting room up, and earn a lifetime challenge bonus on the brand new folks, while I'm leveraging that waiting room and helping the folks in the past run contests so they can actually achieve new ranks, make more money, which obviously will help feed your lifetime challenge bonus as well.
It's so true. I mean, and the new people, I love being in the trenches with the new people because they're the most excited.
All right.
They are just, ready to rock, and they're so excited, and I love it, because their energy just rubs off on me. And so I definitely encourage people to get back in the game, because they're really going to find that their whole attitude changes too, just being around those new people, and knowing that that's going to be the fuel tank that's going to motivate, the people, that's already been in. Like you said, I mean, it's doing both. That's what's going to make it so powerful.
Absolutely. Well, when we first started, like you said, when we first started this conversation, we were excited.
Yeah.
When we were excited for the future. We were excited, and everyone, we weren't full of skill yet, because we just weren't. But we were excited, and our belief level was high. So all the new people that are coming in right now, they're excited and their belief level is high. Well, just like the scale, if you have more people on a scale that are excited, their belief level's high, that's going to outweigh, right? Any other folks on there that are maybe negative or their belief level's down or whatever the case is. So the more and more people that we bring in that are brand new, the more and more the belief level of the entire group is going to raise. So I think it's extremely important. I think especially for new people, stay focused. Make sure that we've got a plan between now and November, NST between now and November 14th, 15th, 16th. That we make sure that we help every single person to a regional director, because if that's our entire focus, helping people go into Rising Star this month or break a director this month in October, and make sure we drive all those people into regional director by the national, then we've got. It's going to be scary to see what happens. It really will. I don't think anybody's truly seen, and we haven't seen any potential yet. We're just getting started, and I don't think people really kind of understand that yet. So I think it's going to be an eye-opener for a lot of people. Yeah,
and we're just in the beginning of October. So, now's the time to seize the moment and really go out there and get it done. So
I agree.
Well, I appreciate you as always. I want to grow up and be like you.
Whatever. I feel the same thing about you. Except I can't wear your hair, but
But Susan Pacetti here with Mike, Craig, and Levon in Jacksonville, Florida. Just a shout out. If you want more information about the Lifetime Challenge bonus, go to lifetime.vi.com. Breaks it down, gives you more information. Make sure you check that out. And then, of course, reach up to us. Let us know, the timing's right for you, and so that we can lock arms with you, help you, achieve your goals, cross the finish line to the next rank. And I think that's pretty much it. I guess we'll see you in Atlanta for sure.
Looking forward to it. Just get right with the timing. If the timing's right for you right now, then don't make excuses. Let's just do this together. Because if not, I think you're going to regret it for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.